Hello, good morning, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're all well. I'm doing okay, thanks. It's cool morning here again in the UK, but not too cold for the time of year, because we're into well, by the time you see this it'll be the 1st of December. It'll be the 1st of December tomorrow. Back with the giveaway journal. So I'm hoping to make this, well, I am going to make this the last video today. Whatever needs doing after this I will do off camera, because I want to open the drawer up today. So you need to if you'd like to be entered in the drawer to win it, you need to leave your a comment, be subscribed to me, leave a comment, and press like, please, and I'll enter you in the draw. And it will only be open for about 4 days, I'm thinking, thereabouts. I don't know for sure, so you're going to have to just keep popping on and looking. And I am only going to leave it what shall I say, 48 hours before I draw it again if it's not claimed, because I really want it to go to somebody in time for Christmas. And if that's going to, you know, a long way away, it might take a while to get there. Okay, so this is the video you need to be commenting on, please, pressing like, and yeah, be a subscriber. Gosh, my brain's on go slow this morning, isn't it? You probably spotted peeping under there, because I keep looking at it, this beautiful picture of pussycats. It's kind of half a page. It's another thing that I've pulled out of last year's scraps, and it's just gorgeous, isn't it? And when I saw the pussycats, I thought about this. So I am slowly going through, I think I've told you before, slowly going through all my old files of Christmas stuff, and gosh, have I got some Christmas stuff. And as, like I say, when you see this, it'll be the 1st of December. I need to get a lot done, so there will be a couple of videos coming up, 2 or 3 videos, absolutely using up stuff. I expect I'll be making a couple more journals quickly, and getting them in the shop or the post, or wrapped up for presents, just to move some of this stuff along. But however, back to this, I'm going to use this in this journal definitely, because it's just perfect and I want to use it up. And the other bits that I've brought are just ideas to use it up with, so I'll share that with you in a minute. I have, for speed, stitched in the signature. I've just done it with plain white waxed thread, and so that we can embellish it and finish it today, because it always takes me longer than I realise. I'm starting to work that out now. So there's nothing in here, I haven't done anything in here that you haven't already seen, just that it is now literally stitched in. I'm not even sure that I moved anything about. I don't think I did. Just thought it was time to get on with it. Yep, so I'm not going to overfill it for a couple of reasons. One, obviously you might be using it for a, well, I say December daily, you know, a Christmas, for writing over Christmas period in it, or putting your Christmas cards on and things in. Or it might just be you know, a coffee table book for over the Christmas period for you, in which case it doesn't want to be too fat and stuffy. And third, the weight for posting, I'm afraid. So yes, I'm not going to over embellish it. I did finish these off that we did yesterday, so they've dried. I've added, what have I added? Added some buttons to that one, which I just stitched on, just to give it a little bit more. I just put some thread through those buttons there that I already had stuck on. I couldn't find my pink bling, and I found it now, so I'm going to put a bit of pink bling on there in a moment. And I've just come across a piece a piece of this is what I came across, and I thought, oh, that's going to make a lovely little cluster for this journal. So I've just pulled out of my, I don't think I've got my box here now, I'll share it with you, because I'm going to make loads of these little fabricy snippets soon, because I've got a big box of little bits. But this came out the box, I just loved that with it, that lilac-y colour. And then obviously I had my little button box out for those, so I pulled a bluey purpley button out, and I just threaded through it some eyelash trim. Now it didn't go in a needle, because the eye of the needle that would take that would not go through those, so I just literally got a needle, laid the thread across and just kept pushing until I got a thread through and pulled it through, and then I just tied it. And there was a little tiny piece of this kicking around. Look, so this, it really was just meant to be this. So I thought, just straight away, just to show you how easy it is just to make a beautiful snippet, I threaded some cotton ready. So I'm going to go through the button just because it's there and it'll hold the thread, but you don't have to. You could glue it all together, or you could sew the actual fabric somewhere else to keep it together, but I think just a couple of passes through there. Isn't that gorgeous? That's all I'm going to do, that's all it needs, and just knot it off at the back. And that just came from nothing, just from literally tiny little bits on my desk. Now I'm not kidding myself that that's used much up at all, but it has created something beautiful and used a couple of tiny bits. So, you know, I've been talking to people in the comments who have got lovely full-on desks full of junk piled up high, so this is the sort of thing you guys can just go have a dig in your desk and create something like that. Lovely. I think I said to one, now who was it, might have been, I think it might have been Dar, but I'm sorry if it wasn't, if it was somebody else. She said to me, because I think I must have mentioned about how untidy my desk was, and she said to me, it's tidy compared to mine, I've got piles. And I have to admit, I think I did say to Dad, but I have to admit, I absolutely love seeing people's desks. Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah is one in particular who's absolutely piled high. Not because I'd like to work in it, I don't think I would, but I'd just love to go have a right good dig through it. Yeah, are you with me? Wouldn't it be nice to go dig through somebody else's pile of creativity? Yes, I'm just going to put, since I went to the trouble of finding this bling, I'm just going to put some on here, the pink. Obviously these are not all going in this book. Like I say, I've got enough papers left from this to make another one, so I'm definitely going to do that off camera. So you might see one of these pop up in the Etsy soon, so some of this will go in there. And I don't know, but I'm looking at that and thinking what a lovely, stick to that, not me please. What a lovely page edge that would make. Yep, so I just wanted to show you those finished and ready to go. Let's move them over there. Love that one. We'll keep him here just to look at him a few more minutes. Oh, I'm easy pleased. Yes, right, so back to this then. So like I say, it's not going to have a lot in it, but that doesn't mean it's going to be completely bare. It is going to be filled and pretty. So the first thing I want to do is put a pocket front and back, and I have already got something ready. So if you remember, I had a piece of this card left that I used to back this, a strip, and I thought it would, one side had this beautiful pattern on it, so I thought I've got to put that flower in somewhere, but it was only a left-hand one, so it's got to go at the back, that one. So I thought if it's kind of a corner pocket come tuck type thing, yeah, just pop something in there, just something small, and then whoever gets the journal, you know, can fill it should they want to with Christmas memorabilia or whatever. So then the other piece that was just left, I had to use this side of it because it was cut that way. So I just turned it round. It gives it a bit of contrast, doesn't it? Stuck one of the embellishments from the kit on it, and I thought I'd just pop that in there, and it also can be a tuck. So I think I'll do those last thing because they are fairly heavy card. No, well, heavier than the paper, and they will take a few minutes to glue, so I can do that at the end. What else did I have? I was also looking for this and I found it. Haven't I had a good evening? So Shaded Lilac Distress Ink, Tim Holtz, that's what I was looking for, and I just tried it on a couple of, well, I sewed round first of all. So I had 2 pockets, 2 tags and 2 journal cards, if you remember. I sewed round them. I just did the pockets in a pink because I didn't want it too full on, but I didn't think it was enough to make the journal cards and the tags stand out. So I sewed these in a blue, and it does make them stand out. They've got the beige behind. Yes, my sewing machine is still doing funny things. I ran out of thread there, I think, but like I say, I quite like it when you get these. Quite like it. Yeah, so I've done the edges, look, so they're not quite the white card with the Shaded Lilac. and I did round the pockets, yeah, but I haven't done these two, so I'll just do these two while I'm chatting to you. And then I did say to you that I was going to ink the pages ready to sew it in with you today of the journal, but when I looked at it, I'll show you again in a minute, when I looked at it I thought, well actually it doesn't, they don't really need inking. It's not a grungy journal to start with, and you know, it's got a lot of white in it, so it's got the pinks, greens, blues, but there's a lot of white as well, so the actual white edges of the paper don't stand out like cut paper. So I thought it will save me the bother, but I didn't do it just to save me the bother. I really don't think it needed it at all. It might even have detracted from it. Yep, so I've got 2 pockets to go in. I'm hoping those, I don't know, will tags will go in them. Yes, they will. I've got a couple of journal cards. They may go in the front and back, or I might make a tuck actually with some snippet roll on it. I've still got that to go in somewhere, and I thought about this, which was just one of the journal cards. Was I off camera then? Yeah, one of the journal cards that I cut out, rounded the corners. It is only on the thick paper, it's not on, I haven't backed it or anything, and I've not stitched around it, and I thought it would make a nice side tuck for this to go in, but I don't know if I want it right or left yet, so I will put the divot in it when I decide which way it's going, and well, I was going to say ink round it then, but I could ink round it now, and then all I'll have to do is ink the little divot when I cut it, you know, the little thumb hole, I think is probably the proper term. Yep, so we will have 2 pockets, a tuck front and back, yeah, and I think 2, yeah, maybe I should make those now to let's bring all the bits in. What's the word I'm looking for? Tuck spots, yeah, so like cluster tuck spots. So let's use some of these up. I love these Christmas trees that I've glittered. Wonder if they would make a nice tuck spot. So these are bits that yep, you'll have seen I've had out a few days on my desk out of my yes, what was it called, my ephemera folder. Yep, so I emptied 2 pages on film of that ephemera embellishment, I guess, so maybe they would make some nice. Let's have that off there. I think this is actually from this kit. It is, look, 'cause it's got that house and everything. How bizarre. Yeah, so they would make nice bases, wouldn't they? Let's see if I can have a Christmas tree. That one's actually got the, like I say, that's got the house on it, but shall we have some snippet on it? I do like this. Let's have some blingy snippet, so I'll have to cut it between the bling. You coming off there. Oops. Let's have a different one on this one, and then I don't know what I'm going to put him on yet, but he's going in somewhere. So about a piece of this sparkle. I quite like the buttons. Are they going to make it chunky though? Let's cut it in half and see. Buttons, or no, I do like the buttons. It's a little bit of chunk won't hurt, will it? So maybe we could have those. Maybe we do need to cover that up. Oops. Yeah, so we've got one each side there, haven't we? So I will Fabri-Tac it down just because of the fact that there's some fabric in the snippet. So what have I been up to? I had a lovely evening yesterday, just sitting watching the TV with my husband, doing nothing. We bought a cream cake while we was out at the shop. Felt a little bit like Christmas come early, just an unplanned sit-in. Nephew was at work, so yeah, we just vegged out on the sofa. It was really nice. recharged our batteries a little bit. Did a little bit of Christmas shopping. I told you the other day that we were going to. Nothing really to brag about, but we've started. We've done a few bits. Don't know. I felt a couple of weeks ago I felt like I was ready for Christmas, but yeah, the closer it gets, the more it was like I'm not really that fussed. It was kind of, you know, Dad loved it. Was his thing. He loved anything when the family got together. So Christmas was, you know, he really did love it. And me, I've always been a real big Christmas fan as well, but yeah, it's just going to be different this year. Hubby thinks he's going to end up at work, which he often does. He often works on Christmas Day, but he's in the works in the care industry, loves his job. Works with well, they call them young adults, but you know, some of them are up to 30 now. Mostly young men with severe autism, so they kind of live in it's kind of sheltered accommodation, I guess, but they sort of live in flats, but they can't get out without the staff, if you know what I mean. Complicated, I know, but yeah, he loves his job, he loves being with them. So Christmas with those is, you know, a few hours with those is like being with his family a little bit. But yeah, they work 12-hour shifts. I think I've told you that before. So normally, come Christmas Day, they manage to kind of split the shift. So half of the staff, because quite a few of the boys go home for Christmas, so half of the staff, aren't they gorgeous? Yeah, half of the staff do the first 6 hours and then go home to the family, and then the other half would do, you know, do the last 6 hours having spent the morning with the family. But as with COVID, I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world, but in the UK, staffing is a bit of an issue at the moment. So what was I going to tuck in those? These. I'm just wondering if they're going to be strong enough. Oh, can't get hold of one. Come here. Are they going to be strong enough as tucks? I think they might need to be on something else. Let's have a look at my card pieces. Yeah, so they don't, you know, they're working short-staffed, so they don't think. I mean, it might come off yet, but probably not. We're not counting our chickens. They don't think that's going to be the case. It's going to be a full 12-hour shift on, excuse me, Christmas Day. Oh dear, someone's Caroline. Right, what's this? It's not the right colour at all, but it's nice and thick and blingy. That's a shame. See, I'm just playing with pretty things again now instead of finding what I should be. What colour? I haven't really got anything pinky. I'm not sure that the red and gold's going to go. I've got something green. Right, let's look at that. It's barely going to be on show anyway, is it? I'm just thinking, just to give it a little bit of strength, might even just cut that square. Well, you know, as square as I'm capable of cutting. Yeah, I don't want to make it too heavy, but I do want a little bit off, I think. Now I've inked it. Should have tried it first, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's good for that one anyway. Just give it that bit of strength when I put it down. See if we can get something out of this today. Oh yes, I was gossiping about Christmas, wasn't I? But we've been married 35, I think, years now, and he's nearly always worked at some shift on Christmas Day. The ones that he's had off have been few and far between. He's not always done the job he's at now. He used to work on the steelworks, which is what Scunthorpe was, well, I'll say famous for. It was what we were built on. Come on. Just giving me air, so that'll be a no. Okay, let's get our glitter out. Yeah, and often his shifts fell on on Christmas Day. But of course on the steelworks at, you know, 20 odd years ago, 30 years ago, gosh. You know, if you worked on Christmas Day, you got really good pay for it, so there was a bit of a payoff there, especially as a young couple starting out. And yeah, when I first started work, I used to work in retail. Oh, I like that one on there. Yeah, so you can imagine what Christmas was like, and retail was good then. It was crazy. I worked in a shoe shop, and it was it was crazy world on the run up to Christmas. So if he was working Christmas Day, I was happy. Well, obviously we always had family round, but I was happy to just enjoy the day and relax before the January sale started. Yeah, so we often had Christmas Day on Boxing Day then. So all that to say, goodness, I am a chatterbox this morning. All that to say, we're not having Christmas here this year. I'm going to Mum's, but we're not having a big meal. Sister and husband will be round. I'm sure my stepbrother will be round at some point to see Mum. But I'm going, Neil's going to drop me off on his way to work, so I'm going to spend the 12-hour shift with Mum, which will be nice. I'm going in my pyjamas because it'll be really early in the morning. Yeah, so there, long story again. There won't be a lot to buy food-wise for Christmas because we're not going crazy. And the older we get, the less and less we eat. We will probably have more in for the new year, when we will probably have the grandkids down. We don't see them usually on Christmas Day. They spend it, well, they used to spend it with their other grandparents. I think they're starting to have an at-home Christmas now. They're at the age where it's all computers and friends, you know, because they're teenagers now too. Right, what am I doing? Stop talking and start working. Right, we're going to start putting these things in. Goodness me. Right, I'll be quiet for a while. Give your ears a bit of peace. So we've got tucks, we've got pockets. Is that it? That's it. So that'll be 4 on the 2 front. So let's have a look where we want something. So this one's a possibility, but it is beautiful down there. I want to leave that one for writing on. Maybe that one. Oh, I like this because this is up high in the air, if you know what I mean. So that's going to be beautiful for writing on. Where's my other pocket? Ah, that's got the same. No, that's too much. I'm not keen on that either, so maybe you're going to be the tuck. Yes, I like that. Yes, I do. I'm going to have to make a decision how to write. Let's make sure I'm doing it the right way. Across here and up here. Like I say, I could spend hours trying it on every page and deciding, and although I would find a nice spot for it, it might not be any better than the first one I tried, so I'm going to save some of the time I spend. Lovely. I must keep this in mind as well because I want to pop that somewhere. Yep, so we've got the chunkiness at the front, so that's fine. So I think I ought to put one of these in the back half. What shall I pop in there? Pop that piece of, just in case. Right, so we were 2 or 3 in, weren't we? See what I mean about how beautiful these papers are? We were after that one. So I'm not necessarily looking for it to be on the identical page, but that is the opposite page, and that is nice. I love the Christmas tree theme actually, all the trees that are running through it match. Yeah, I'm going to have that one there. And I know they're both on the right hand side, but that doesn't bother me at all. Right, I did not put here and here, did not put the lid on that, which was rather naughty, but rather like me. So hello if you're a new subby, by the way. It's lovely to have you here. And once again I've had people saying to me that they're sharing my video, trying to get me to 750 subbies. You're so kind. You know, people in this craft world, especially this junk journal craft world, really are lovely. I can't think that I've come across anybody who's been negative or, you know, created a negative feeling for me. So thank you guys, I really appreciate that. Like I say, the journal is going regardless, but it will be nice to get there. I don't know why I'm so goal orientated, but it is lovely to see those numbers going up. Yeah, now I'm thinking, how close is that to the other one? Because that is, it's the next page. Oh no, it's not, there's another page there. Because I'm thinking that is a nice place to have one, even though I'm covering all the, what about on there then, if I'm covering all those carol words up, which are quite nice, aren't they? Here goes nice with that. Yeah, stop dithering and let's do it. So we definitely need Fabri-Tac on here because of the stitching. Yeah, so the pale pink of the pocket I thought went with the pale pink of the trim, the eyelash trim. That's what I know. I read back my I listen back to my videos and realise that I start a lot of sentences and don't finish them. I'm guessing you guys know where I'm going with it sometimes, because I don't get comments saying, what on earth were you saying? Maybe you're just too polite. Yes, I've got stitching on stitching there, but I didn't want to go too close into the spine. Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice page to have a nice bright one of those. Oh no, the tags, wasn't it? Nice bright one of these on. Yeah, I did toy with the idea of stamping on the back of these, but I quite like them. I am going to, though, I've just reminded myself, I'm going to punch holes in them and put trim through the top. So right, I've shut that one without anything in it. Piece of paper. There we go. Try and get a piece without knocking. I don't think I've overdone the glue, so it'll be fine, I'm guessing. But yeah, I did knock you see. So front half again for the other pocket. Now it might have been on there, and I've got that beautiful thing on there. So, oh no, because I did it on the pink, didn't I? So here, do we think? What have I done with it? Here it is. And did I ink that divot? It doesn't look very... That's better. Yeah, and I like that pink with those shutters, so yeah, super. I'd love, I was just thinking about this actually, I'd love to see one day one of my journals that somebody's had filled in or written in, or, you know, wouldn't that be nice? I know they're very private, personal things sometimes, so I won't hold up too much hope, but yeah, if one day in time to come you've received one of my journals, either bought it or won it, and you've filled it and used it, I'd love to see it, if you feel like sharing it. So yeah, I'll decide which one's going in there when. These would be nice with snippets on them as well, wouldn't they? Would they be better with snippets than holes? I know it's a bit big that, but it is kind of luscious, isn't it? And that matches that. I'm going to stick that on there. I like it. I'm going to put a lot of this on because... Hello, Mr. whatever you are. Magpie, crow. Can hear it but can't see it. I'm assuming you could hear it. All that fuzzy, shiny, blingy. Yeah, nice. So perhaps I should do the same on this one. Let's while this is drying a little bit, let's put, well, not put one together, let's cut one up from one of these. What haven't we used yet? About one of these with the lovely pink scissors. I'm not sure if it's big enough though. We could put a lump of something behind it, couldn't we? Just to give it a bit of something. Right, let's have the box of lusciousness out. Excuse me. There's a little bit more of that purpley stuff. I should have brought a cup of tea now. I'm finding I want one. Oh, this is nice. This like tooly stuff. Tool. Let's have a piece of that behind it, because that won't bulk it, but it will give it. Oh, quite nice to cut that as well. Yeah, so something between that, and I think that will do. About a piece of that little pink. Oops, I think that might be too tiny. Let's just cut a lump off this. It's like satiny, so it does show the glue. That's why I don't use this very much. It's a beautiful colour, but the glue kind of shows through. I'm wondering if I should stitch that on rather than glue it. The thing is, do I know what I did with that needle? Oh, there's the pin for my art glitter, which shouldn't be kicking around. Okay, yes, here it is, lying here, and it's still got a bit of thread in it. Even better. Do I think we've got enough on there now? I think so. And I think if I can sew it through the middle of the bling. Oh, I don't know. No, I can't, because the glue, the amount of glue I've put on has set hard. Let's have a look if we can put a little button on it, just to hold the stitch in. Is that too much? No, I like it. Right, sorry if you can't see, I'm having trouble holding everything. So I've got a little red button, which is the last one in my pot there. It's just, I've got a few out, I used most of them and I had one spare, so I put it away in the pot. Yeah, here's me trying not to make a chunky jungle or even a chunky journal. Quite like that blue on the red as well. And I'm chunking it out with buttons, but I don't think they'll be heavy to post, as it were. And because there's not much else in the journal, there's going to be room for them. Oh dear, I've got a lovely knot going on at the back there. I thought it was hard to get through. Oh, that's it, it's coming. That's it. Yeah, and if you get the journal and you don't like them, the chunkiness, you can take the tags out, can't you, and use them elsewhere for something else, bookmarks or something, and put your own, put that needle safe this time, yeah, put your own topper on them. Your own, no, not your own topper on them because they're stuck. Put your own pieces in the envelopes, is what I meant. I often don't say what I mean, not clearly. Okay, do you have plans for Christmas? Now when I'm talking about Christmas, I keep thinking to myself afterwards, not everybody does celebrate Christmas, so maybe you don't. Do you celebrate the winter at all? Do you just get together with family as everybody else seems to be doing at this time of year? Oops. Yeah, so they look completely different. The blue and purple with the blue and the pink with the pink. I want a bit more glue down there, I think. That tulle is a bit lively. Now it might come through onto the pink, that, but we'll see. Now, I've been gossiping, haven't I, and going slow. I wonder how I'm doing for time. 34 minutes, not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, so they're going to be nice. They need to dry, but they're going to be nice in those pockets there. Super. Let's go through and take all the bits of paper out. Oops, banging next door. Yeah, so what I want to go through now and look quickly is, do I want a piece of this? Because isn't it gorgeous? And it would be a shame for you to see it made and not have any of it in the journal, should you win it. Let's have a look. I think I had a feeling there was more in the front than the back page decoration, edge decoration, so let's see. There's 3 pieces there in the front half. Alright, maybe not. So there's a piece in the back. Oh yeah, there's only 1 in the back, so maybe this will make up for 2. Right, so which page do we want it on? So it's got quite a bit of red on it. That's quite a full-on page, isn't it? Maybe. Oh, there's a piece, so there is 2 in the back. Not looking properly, am I? That one's kind of stitched down. That's going to hide that lantern there, isn't it? Yep, I think the one I had it on, which was a bit of a eclectic one, wasn't it, that one? Yep. So I want it inside the top and bottom so that it doesn't. Is that too much? Oh, you see, now I can sew something else or bling on that, and I've got another gorgeous snippet. Love it. Right, let's put some paper in there because it's going to have to be fabric-tacked fairly strongly, I feel. And I think if I put the lace bit over the edge, yeah, it kind of wants 2 lines, is what I was trying to say. I was squeezing hard so I couldn't speak and breathe and think. Yeah, I appreciate that's a lot, but I think it's going to need a lot. Slide it over. Was I even in camera? I bet you're sick of hearing me saying that. I do forget though. I keep trying to put you as far to the left as I can so that I'm not always knocking you. Although that doesn't seem to be working, does it? Oh yeah, that's nice. And then I forget and move to my right. Ooh, really like that. Yep, so that definitely needs a few minutes. So let's have a look at these other bits that I've brought. Look at these lovely snippets. Yeah, so I'll use these in the other journal that I make. And if there's anything left, I'll put a little bundle in the shop. I keep saying that I'm not doing it, don't I? Right, so I was thinking, oh, I need to put this in as well. Need to put that in, I'll do that in a moment. And these are going to be the last thing I put in front and back. And what I was thinking was perhaps a journal card with this on the back. So this is a bit of a misprint. It was Christmas paper, but you can see where the red started to run out and it's printed pink. So I'm thinking obviously that's going to be far too big. What a shame. I'll have to get my chopper out. And let's measure a little. Some paper in there as well, so I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or I'm blinding you, but I just want a rough idea. Where's the thing that's going in? Because that's going to go in quite a bit, so it's, yeah, so it only wants to be about 10 centimetres maximum, 11, and what should we go height wise? About 16 or 17, so 10 by 16, and I've got a centimetre bigger if I want. So 16 up, or 17, yeah, so 17. If I keep the top holly and lose the bottom holly, oh, will that look silly? Yeah, I think the edges are actually a little bit squashed, aren't they, from being stored. Let's neaten the edges a bit. Oops. much, Denise. Getting a bit gung-ho there. Oh yeah, it looks nice, just those two sides. Right, so what did I say across? 11, did I say? 10 or 11. Oh, I want that little birdie's tail. Let's see what that measures. The robin, the beautiful robin. So I can maybe take a tiny smidge more off here. Oopsie. What have we got here? 11.5. Did I say 11 was as much as I could do? We might end up, can't pick it up. Yeah, it's too much. We might end up with that holly off the left then. Let's get rid of this. Yes, of course I'll have to keep those two pieces. Any normal person, non-crafter would throw those, but no. Yeah, so I'm going to take the holly trim down that side as well. No, not quite got it. Need it all off. No, it's turning into a tag from a journal card. Right, I think, let me just pop that down. So we've got 17 in a bit, which I think will be fine. And obviously it's going to get trimmed again now. I forgot about that. By 10.5, perfect. Because I want to put it onto this so that it's got writing space. So if I just put it in the middle of there. Let's get this bottom edge off. Oops. And put that off there. I was just going to take those two off, but you know what I'm like. If there's a piece of white left on, I'll find it and take that off as well. Or I'll end up sticking it on that. More scraps. Okay. I'm going to kind of stick it in the middle, I think. Yeah. Didn't I have a glue page out once? Don't know what I did with it. Yeah, I had them all in the book. Oh, they're probably still in it. Okay, so let's put it the right way up, Denise. And my glue stick. Yeah, so time's getting on. I really need to speed myself up a little bit now, don't I? Hubby's off work again today. Neil. Don't know if I keep calling him hubby and not using his name. So we are yeah, we're taking Mum into town to sort a few of her bills and things out. We'll be emptying more boxes from the house that we've brought round from the loft. Goodness me. And so far that's all we've got planned. Not that there isn't loads more to do, there is. We're just trying to not, if we don't plan too much and we get more done, it's a bonus. Whereas if we plan loads and don't get it all done, it just feels like a, I don't know, a negative. I'm trying to think that, you know, it'll all get done eventually, won't it? I did say to him yesterday, I'm really missing the days when I used to get up and you know, get dressed and do the chores, which wasn't very many because it was a, you know, a little bungalow and everything was done, so it was really easy to look after. Pop the pots in the dishwasher or empty it, whichever. A little hoover around occasionally because there was only two of us and not much mess. A bit of a dust, not an awful lot to do really. Bless him, he's been doing the big jobs while I've been poorly, so you know, cleaning the bath and stuff like that, the oven, things. Bless him, he's been doing for me. He's a good one. Yeah, so I was saying to him, I'm missing those days. And I used to be able to just get up and sit at the craft table a lot of the time. Started out, did I just bend that then? No, I think it must have already been bent. Yeah, started out doing it for just to keep myself sane from being off work sick, having worked full time as a teacher, which is a full-on load. So yeah, that was a sudden change. So from that to being, sitting at the desk all the time, to this, just coming in when I can. Yeah, I'm longing back for those days, I guess. Do you think they look alright in there? A little bit hidden, but this one's showing. Yeah, it matches, it's eclectic and it matches. Right, so I'm going to pop these in. Was there something else that wanted to go in? Where did we say these were going? Because I want to do those last, I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, so these going in here. Which one did we say? Not sure. There's the other one. Yep, I'll just pop them in anyway. You can swap them around when you get them, should you not. I think these are probably dry enough now to go in there. So just with these 4 things, it's chunked up, look. Already. So when the front and back's in, pockets. Yeah, he's quite chunky. Not chunky, but he's, he's filled out no end. You dry. Yeah, so front and back this, that's right. So this is just a 1. Oh, it's just a 1 piece that's going in somewhere. So where is, what can you see? Oh, fat. Where shall we put it? Matches that rather nice, doesn't it? And all that go in there. Might be a bit big for it. Well, I'm going to put this in as a side tuck, like I said. I'll put a smaller divot in it than I did the others. It's quite thick paper, so I think it'll go through. Please go through okay. And I'm guessing. Thank you. Didn't know if I had it upside down then, in which case the divot would have been on the wrong side. Yeah. Just don't know if it's going to be too bulky, that notebook that I've chosen for it. If it is, I'll just swap it with whatever's going in the back pocket, because it's just going to be a piece of paper. I'll show you in a minute. You've probably seen it already, but yeah, that's framed nicely in there, isn't it? Such a fun kit to play with, it really is. Yeah, because it'll just stick out that little bit, so I think I will. We'll have to let it dry, but that will go in there. So that's got that in. Yeah, so for the other piece, I've just got this, which I thought is from the Christmas cards last year. I thought I might just stencil on the back and use that as like a piece of stationery paper. So stencil. We'll go with the leaves for a change. Page. Looks like I've already used. Oh, I think I used that blue. I bought a blue, didn't I? Yeah, it wasn't distress ink, it was just ordinary ink. I remember now. What am I going to put it on with? I'm going to use the Dobber. Yeah, because it only wants to be faint, really. If I can do it faint, so that it can be, written on and used as stationery paper. I love the colour of the stencil. It's gone that bluey colour with the ink that I put on it previously. Right, how are we looking? Yeah, I think that's dark enough. And I do the edges a little bit. Oops, it's moving under me. Whoa, that's a bit of a deep one there, Denise. Oh yeah, it's quite nice. You can just, if you hold it up to the light, you can still see through it what's on the other side, but it is only stationery paper. So you could use it to make something with. You could make a little envelope out of it. Yeah. Okay, now all I'm thinking is, gosh, how long have I been? Yeah, we ain't got too long now. I'll just leave that to dry before I fold it over. I would like some of these lovely shiny bits and pieces in here somewhere. So we've got these little shutters. He's nice, quite like him up there. Oh, shall we have a bauble hanging from there? Just have a quick look and see if there's somewhere else. I know I do everything down at the bottom, but I don't like him there. As soon as I put him there, I liked him. Okay, so we've got sparkly and sparkly there. Yeah, I am just leaving the middle of this white. I was thinking you could, oops, write on it. I did toy with cutting it out with the craft knife, which I could have done, but you can write on it. Oops, you can stick a picture on it. Yeah, just leave it for you too. You can colour it in. Better put something in there, I'm thinking. Let's put some, I think that's crying out for something as well. Do you know, that might go nice in there on that cluster. I like that on there. I've got glue and threads hanging off me. It definitely is time I went and washed my hands and had a cup of tea. Yeah, so just to reiterate, if you would like to be into Win the Journal, just leave me a comment. If you don't want to, can you put don't enter me? Obviously Roberta, you've already told me you don't want to, so, and you do talk to me in the comments mostly, so I know you don't want to. Yeah, so that'll be easier. Ooh, I like that there. Yeah, if you want to talk to me, because I still want to talk to you even if you don't want to win it. I understand completely. You've people out there with craft rooms full of their own stuff, never mind other people's. Yeah, so it just puts some, please don't enter me if you're chatting to me and you don't want me to. Otherwise, if you chat to me or make any kind of comment, like, and you're subscribed, I will enter you in it. You know, if you've got a channel and you want to share me, that would be lovely, like a lot of you already have. Thank you guys. Like that there. Yeah, you see, I could just go on and on and on now, couldn't I? I'm trying to resist not to put things on those pink pages, just so there are some plain pages. Beautiful tree there, can you see that? But yeah, it's got to be done, hasn't it? Can't go to all the trouble of glittering them and not using them, especially if you're getting the journal. You'd be like, where's those beautiful glitter pieces you made? I would be. Didn't ink that one, but I think the white on the cream page is good. Need another piece of paper in there. I think we might be done. Quite like to just put one of these baubles in somewhere. Right, shall we make it part of that picture there? Yes, let's. It's not very flat, that's all. Yeah, I'm definitely getting, my legs are getting chilly now, the rest of me's warm, but I definitely need to go and have a nice cuppa. And yeah, I might be a lovely wife and take my hubby one in bed. and then the day will begin. Hoping to get back in here like I have been doing, even if it's only half an hour later on tonight, just to square some things and get organised. Love that. Okay, so I'm not going to do a flip through. I'm going to leave it for whoever owns it, because these are going to be stuck in. I'm not going to do it now, I'm going to call it a video, but these will be stuck in, and yeah, whoever owns it can keep it a secret, or if they've got a channel, they can share it with the world if they want to, or if you're on YouTube, you can just Facebook, you pop me a picture up, or like I say, you keep it completely to yourself and secret. So thank you so much for joining me for these videos. I wish you all the best of luck. I wish I could give you all one, I really would. A journal, if I could afford the postage, I would. It wouldn't be the making, it would be the postage. Yeah, subscribe, enter, and come and join me tomorrow for some more fun, please. Remember to keep a lookout for the draw. Bye for now.